What I've said in my book is I'm always curious the way people tend to dress, the way that they decorate their houses, and that sort of is evident in my pictures, that their clothes sometimes match their interiors and that they're not even aware of that. But I'd like to go back and say that without an interesting interior, I can't make an interesting picture. For instance, a white seamless background to me I would just not be interested. It just wouldn't interest me. And so the context that the person's in, and just like today, there's just the matching of the clothes, but also every object in the room, from the lamps to the frames to the antiques that we all collect.
It tells a lot about the person.
It tells a lot about the person, and the art on the walls is very interesting, and a great kind of narrative that you can always play with it.
But I think that brings up a good point, is when I started this collection, I was working on my apartment. And I found a lot of things were going hand in hand. Mm-hmm. And a lot of what I was picking up for the apartment was sort of translating into a lot of the boards or the inspiration for the clothing. Family is probably paramount in my life, and it's something that is intertwined in every aspect of it. And I have to say that probably my biggest inspiration behind my company were my parents, and just the way my father dressed and designed his clothing.
Oh, really?
Astounding. I mean, he should have been a designer, and my mother as well. I mean, they were both so glamorous, and I was a complete tomboy and out playing sports and not really interested in fashion at all growing up. But at the same time, I had these very stylish parents.
Well, what we have in common is our stylish parents then too, because my mother was a model. Did you know that?
I had no idea.
And she was, in the 30s, was photographed by all the great photographers, from Hoyninga Hune to you name it, and I have all those photographs.
Wow.
But in that movie that J.C. Judelson made about me, you'll see that, and I have some old films of her. But as a child, I just sort of, you know, it was like, who was this beautiful woman and the way she dressed? And so that definitely influenced me. But then she became an interior decorator, so that the two together were just too hard to pass up.
If you could just do a twirl right there in the corner.